A lot of triggers are dealing with family. Okay, I have to talk about this because the main thing that I deal with my clients or with my patients, they come in and their main struggle of communicating or who to communicate to or who to set boundaries with is their family member. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Clarissa Cannon and I am a self-love coach as well as a mental health practitioner. And everything we do in this channel is all about women empowerment and self-improvement, especially when you have been struggling with your emotional trauma, right? So in today's video, we will be talking about triggers. A lot of our triggers are family. Have to talk about that. Why is it hard? Why is it hard to set boundaries with your family? Why is it hard to communicate, right? What it does to you, it brings a lot of anxiety. It brings a lot of anxiousness around it, suppressing your feelings, working harder to not get them to be triggered when you're the one triggered by them, right? So I think this conversation is really needed. And like I told my client today is that once you're able to confront your family about how you feel or set boundaries with your family, you'll be able to do that with any and anyone, including yourself. But the longer that you ignore, or justify, or it's only one time, or it only happened that time, it's not, then you become the protective mode parent, right? Then you become the parent. Right? There was a patient or a client that told me that it's 25% that she receives parenting nurturance from her parent, and then she does 70-something% of that, right? 65% of that. And crying. It shouldn't be that way. Okay? The fear of telling your parents how you feel is due to the correlation of the past experiences that have already taken place. It's a trauma response. Even though you're 30 years old right now, 40 years old right now, 20-some years old right now, you're still living in that 16-year-old body, that 10-year-old body, that 12-year-old body where you were neglected, not safe emotionally, whatever those trauma circumstances were for you, you're going back to those times and you're not there anymore. You're not. For instance, your trigger, who that may be, is the alcohol. And this is what I said to her. That trigger is the alcohol. You're the alcoholic, right? And you're literally thinking that you're healing or going to heal every time you're taking a drink. Taking a drink is seeing them. Taking a drink is not protecting yourself. Taking a drink is not setting boundaries with this specific trigger person, right? That's triggering you. So how are you healing? You're going to have to really remove yourself from the environment completely until you're able to either re-enter back, right? You should be able to see this person and not get triggered. Just like a person that is sober should be able to see a drink on the counter and not drink it, right? Because they went to rehab. They're doing their steps. So just like with you, you should remove yourself completely from the environment until you fully heal. That may be limited conversations, limited communication, right? Until you fully are healed. You have to accept that our family are the first people that we truly have to heal through. Some of us have no connections with our family, so write a letter. Write a letter, and it doesn't have to go to them. Just write a letter out how you feel, okay? Some of us don't have a connection. Some of us is like, there's no way that I'm even associated with it because of how toxic it is. But I'm talking about those that are in denial, those that are, in denial. Those that are fearful and have guilt to confront. Fear of letting go, fear of confronting because they are trying to please, right? Those that suppress their emotions and work twice as hard to neglect themselves in order to honor and protect the abuser. It's important for you guys to know that the two cannot coexist at all. You can't just, and that means that you're in denial, and that means that you have normalized the situation to where you don't want to do the work. You don't want to confront those uncomfortable feelings such as guilt, fear. You're now, you don't want to confront the anxiousness, the nervousness, the worries, right? So you're going to do everything you need to do to not touch the wound, right? Even though the elephant is in the middle of the room, you're going to do everything you need to do to walk around it, to avoid uncomfortable feelings and emotions. All of this is dealing with is one, lack of tools and skills that you need to better learn how to feel confident enough to set boundaries. But like I said today, ask yourself these two things. If I don't do this, then what's the outcome? If I do this, then what's the outcome? What is the worst case scenario of doing this? And what is not the worst case scenario of doing it? Are they gonna, take away your allowance for this week? Are they going to not get your hair done? Are they not going to take you shopping? Are they not going to, you know what I'm trying to say? You see where I'm going here? You're an adult now. We have to not excuse certain people from the consequences. If someone does you wrong, family or not, there's a consequence there. We shouldn't excuse anyone from our boundaries. Oh, well, since they're family, I won't, I'll let them pass. But if my homegirl does it, I'm gonna give her the, she gonna get the business, right? You are protecting the very person that is abusing you, that over your own self. You're doing more than what you need to because of the fears that you have. That's what you need to be confronting, right? And then you'll have this expectation thinking that they're going to respond differently. You're going to have this expectation that's going to always lead disappointment. Well, maybe if I do this better, maybe I do that better, then they will finally see and recognize or give me that token reward of love. It doesn't work like that. All right. So with that being said, my video's been cutting off, you guys. So I'm hoping that I was able to hit on the main points of this video, which is how you do need to confront your family, how you don't need to inexcuse them because they're family, and how you cannot heal completely fully by still being in some sort of connection, right? Or you cannot fully heal if you're still allowing certain behaviors. There we go, certain behaviors from them. You can still have them in your life, but are you setting up those boundaries? Are you communicating how you feel? Right? You shouldn't be overworking. You shouldn't be having anxiety and anxiousness around it. You have to accept this may be the consequences. Like, I have to love myself enough to tell this person how I feel. And if I have no control on how they respond. That's the thing. We have no control on how our family respond. We can't expect too much of them to respond in the way that we want them to, which is validating. If they did, they would have been done that, right? A lot of them going to be defensive. A lot of them is going to attack you because they feel attacked. A lot of them is not ready to face their mess. So they're going to put it back on you. You got to be ready for those things. And if that is the case, we don't want to spend no much time and energy trying to show someone how to love us. We have to accept that we may end up needing to move on. That's what boundaries is like. With your family, with your friends, with your job, with your boyfriend. We have to have boundaries in our life. We have to set them. And then you will increase confidence. Then your depression will decrease. Then your anxiety will decrease. Okay? So if you guys want to join my Lover's Girl 75 Hard Challenge, it will be in my private Facebook group. I will leave the link below for you guys to have access to that. I will also love if you guys want to email me any questions, any concerns, or leave them in the comment below if you don't want to go through all of that. If it's something personal and sacred that you don't want to leave in the comment box, email me, because I want to create this space where I am able to really solve you guys' problems with recommendations and things like that. Again, I have been a therapist for 6 years. I'm working on my LCSW right now. Should be taking that in the next 2 or 3 months. And then I'm also coaching on the side, right? So I have a lot of value to provide for you guys. I just want to know what you guys' presenting problems are so I can better support you in this space. All right, until next video, I'll see you then. Love you guys. Take care and have grace. Bye-bye.